Good afternoon. It's a lazy Thursday afternoon. I got done with work and moved the cattle. You can see they've been in here for about an hour and they started trampling down. Stop whipping me with your tail. The flies are a little tough on this dairy cow. Oh, all right. Good grief. So we set up some of these fly things. They've worked before. I put them next to the water point, and they really seem to suck in the flies. They have that like nasty egg smell that seems to really attract them. Anyway, we're heading into a hot weekend, so it's been kind of interesting. I'm gonna kind of gesture, and maybe you guys will figure out what I'm talking about. We just came from that far corner over there, and we decided to skip all of this and get them right here for today, and then for tomorrow is that south. And the reason we're doing that is in 2 days on Saturday, we need to have them into this tree line here because it's going to be almost 100 degrees, which is distinctly uncommon in Minnesota, and I just am a big believer in shade. And so we're skipping a good huge portion of our grazing rotation. So then what we'll do is when we get past the heat wave, looks like there's gonna be a storm on Monday, which will crack the temperature back to normal. And then we'll bring them all the way back where we should have started and go on the normal rotation. And then we'll skip the tree line that we're gonna put them in for the heat and back on the other side. You know, it's one of those things where I've gotten better and better with this idea of being adaptive in my grazing management, or call it management intensive or whatever. It basically just means having active thinking and not being brainless about it. The calves have been really enjoying crawling under the hay wagons. We haven't had much occasion to use them yet. And it's interesting, they have just no inclination to go that way. They're kind of hanging around. One other upside of doing this kind of big skip grazing, you know, because we skipped all of this, is we allowed them to outrun a lot of their flies. We got them way away from them. So I'm hoping between that big jump move and those fly traps, we're gonna reduce the fly pressure. And in observing which animals are handling it better than others, look at this South Pole red heifer. I see like 3 or 4 flies on her. This one has nothing on her, almost like it's crazy. The whites are doing pretty good. The red Angus have some on them. And then these black ones are getting wrecked. There's probably 100 flies on her face. So it's just something to take note of and cull for. So as we're making decisions, we know that she's on the list, A, for being black and not shade tolerant, and for not being fly resistant. So as you can see, there's plenty of forage here. The calves are chilling out. They've had a little drink, a little bite, and they're just relaxing. There's Ann's milk cow. This is such a social animal. She doesn't have too bad of flies. She's got quite a few right here. But, you know, she's such a social animal. She actually clobbered me today because she whipped her head. I was petting her and she whipped her head back to deal with those flies. And kind of, sometimes you forget even a small cow like this how heavy and big her head is. And it's a good thing we have docile animals. So you can see the calves are doing well. Look at this absolute monster chunk. Look at him next to one of the red calves. Not super big in frame size difference, but just, he is twice as wide. Unreal. He's been sold. I think the buyer's going to be happy with the chunk of meat that he is. Look at him. He already looks like a bull. I mean, he's maybe 100 pounds, maybe. But he already has the proportions. It's kind of interesting. So you can see we have plenty of forage here. I planted a ton of forbs, clovers, grasses. There's even a little alfalfa in here. I think I planted just a little bit of it. Oh, she wants me to scratch her to get these flies off. And this is the second year this field's been out of row crops, and it's really coming into its own. We've been struggling to make hay, mostly because we can't get 3 days in a row without, in a ½ inch of rain or something like that. And so the grazer in me loves it because this grass is going bananas. Henry found some grass that was taller than he was over there. He was very pumped about that. It's just doing extremely well. But the part of us that wanted to make hay and oat hay this year is inwardly groaning because all the oats are headed out now, so we're gonna have to just combine them and take the straw. And we just can't get hay off the ground because we can't get enough drying time. And we're not, a chop and bagger set operation. We're not set up for it. So I guess there's worse problems to have than I have so much grass and so much rain that I don't know what to do with. But that's kind of the state of where we are right now. We're going to try to cut some more hay tomorrow and hope the weather plays ball. We're going to need quite a bit of it this year as our numbers are growing. We're keeping everything that's here except for there's one steer that's going to the butcher somewhere in there. And we sold that bull calf. Everything else is staying. And we have 4 more calves to go that are on a fall calving schedule, which would be her, and 2 of the South Poles. All right, that's about it.